Welcome back to Revolt Black News. Now, one area of the culture that has gotten disproportionately impacted super hard over the past year are live events. So today we brought in some very special guests to illuminate both the hardships and opportunities for the future of live events as a whole. With me is Brandon McEachern, entrepreneur and co-founder of the Broccoli City Festival, and which is coming into its 8th year. Congratulations to them. Also joining is the CEO of DMANI Entertainment Group, Silbert Mani, who manages the tours for Lil Wayne, Kid Cudi, Jill Scott, and many other artists. Welcome both of y'all to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Now, brothers, it's been obvious and really clear that with COVID-19, this global pandemic, all of the social justice uprisings, it has really been a difficult year for Black folks and the culture. And one of the things that often gives us a reprieve are live event opportunities, festivals, musics, concerts. All that shit was cut out last year. I want to ask you both, what led to the decisions ultimately to suspend the festivals and concerts in general? And really was a decision that you even got to make, or was the decision made for you? I'll start with you, Brandon.
Man, great question. For us, we were about to cancel anyway because of the news and what we were hearing. But definitely it was a citywide thing. But we definitely made the call early. Like, yo, you know what? It's probably best that we cancel for this year, just out of people's concerns. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a crazy thing when you plan something for so many months, you know, and then all of a sudden it's like you got to cut that. So you have to give everybody refunds. It definitely was a process and a haul.
And when you cancel the Broccoli City Fest, Brandon, did you think, okay, we'll cancel it? Did you first think postponing it for later in the year, or was it an automatic cancellation? We'll try this shit again next year.
Yeah, you're right. We did do a postponement, and we thought we may be able to come back in October. And that didn't happen as well. So yeah, we did try to keep the light bubbling for as long as we could.
Yeah, and Sil, how about with you? And what were your conversations like with artists who had scheduled dates? We know, unfortunately, in the music game, artists hardly make shit off of actual recordings and music play. So a lot of their bread and butter comes from these live event opportunities. So how did you guys decide around cancellations and postponements?
For me, actually, my tour year had already started. I was on the road when COVID hit and everything went down. About a year ago, March 11th, I was on tour with Jill Scott. We were just starting off the first leg of a 4-leg tour, and we were in Huntsville, Alabama at a sold-out show. And I was about 10 minutes from putting her on stage. And in my office, I have the TV on sometimes, see what's going on. And I was watching SportsCenter. We had that on, and right then and there, the NBA shut down. And as soon as that happened, I'm like, wow, okay. Walked her to stage, did an incredible show. She got off stage, and I was like, hey, awesome job. We're going home tomorrow. The world's about to shut down. So I got to get 33 people home, safe and sound. 3 legs of that tour was shut down. I had a tour for Wayne scheduled. I had a tour for Playboy Cardi scheduled. Everything went away. We were booked all the way through. This was, like I said, from March, we were already booked through August. And everything was shut down.
But speaking of Jill Scott, one of the best moments of the past year was, of course, her epic versus battle, Queen Jill Scott and Queen Erykah Badu. I'll ask both of you. I'll start with you, Sib. How did versus and the emergence of such a transformative visual and virtual experience, what did that leave for you guys to ponder about in terms of live events? Because now we know for sure people are willing to sit and stream that experience for hours on end. So is that exciting when you complement that with live events, or does that feel like that might be a challenge?
I think it's very exciting. I think it gave us a glimmer of light when we were all at home thinking like it was nothing but doom. So when Versus was created by Timbaland and Swiss Beats, it was like, wow, wait, I can assimilate with something. I can feel connected back to what we were doing pre-COVID to, to some degree. It wasn't, it's not the feeling of a live event, don't get me wrong. However, it gave us all a chance to kind of exhale, where we had a release, where we had something to look forward to, even knowing, okay, Saturday night at 8 o'clock, Thursday at 8 o'clock, you going to watch it? How are you going to see it? How are you going to listen? And then also it opened up a platform. Yeah, it opened up a platform for artists that we haven't listened to in a long time, music we haven't heard in a long time. Streams went through the roof for some of these artists, which was amazing. And it just created another lane. That's the beauty of Black culture. You give us lemons, we're gonna make lemonade. And that's what came out of it to me.
I know my home city right now of New York City is about to start opening up things very shortly. I'm hearing LA the same. So as things start to open up, I'll start with you on this, Brandon. What do you think your expectations around social distancing, mask wearing, all of the norms we now have because of COVID, how do you think that shows up when we do resume live events?
I think they're still there. You know what I mean? I think that we still ensure that the environment is safe for folks. I think we done got used to it. I think that festival promoters and things of that nature should definitely be sending out somewhat of surveys to their audience. I think particular audiences have different feels about it. I know that we're going to kind of do some cultural insights and ask around, because it may be, we think that it's all fine and dandy, but it may be people in our crowd that's like, y'all moving too soon. So we want to make sure that, we kind of get everybody's input. But I do think that those things will be normal moving forward.
I want to ask you this. We know a few months back, Lupe Fiasco tweeted out that he intends to have concerts again, but he's going to expect all his fans be able to prove that they've been vaccinated. Do you think that's something that other artists will look to adopt as well? And what are your thoughts on it?
I'm not opposed to that train of thought. Is it plausible at the beginning? I don't know. I think it's going to take a minute for us to get there. At the end of the day, for us, everything's about safety. So if everybody being vaccinated is the most safest way for us to get back to what we were doing or creating the new norm, then that's what it has to be. We can't make anybody take a vaccination. However, we can have safety precautions put in place to make sure that everybody is okay. And that's the most important thing, because all it takes is one bad situation of turning into a super spreader, and we're back to stage one of this.
Hey y'all, now for full episodes of Revolt Black News, tune into Revolt TV. And if your cable provider doesn't carry it, make sure you reach out and let them know that you're trying to join the revolution. I'll see y'all every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on Revolt.